Welcome to Austin Underground. I'm Malanie Gardea, and today here with us is Greyson Chance. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. So how are you? How does it feel to be performing at South by Southwest?
It feels really good. You're catching me at a good time. We have my new album, Portraits, actually comes out tonight at midnight. So it feels really awesome to be able to celebrate it here. This is my first time, actually not only in Austin, but my first time to South by Southwest. So it feels really awesome today.
Yeah. Okay, so talking about your first time at South by Southwest, rewinding 10 years ago when you were about 13 years old, if someone were to tell you you'd be here today, would you believe them?
Probably not. I don't know. Yeah, it is quite a crazy thing, right? I think a lot of people that I really admire and really respect come and play here. And also, too, Austin, I feel like it's just such a wild town. It's really fun. And to know that our name's going to be on a marquee tonight alongside some other really great artists, it feels really cool. So, no, I probably would have said, no, shut up if you told me that 10 years ago.
You're crazy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So going back to the craziness of your life that's going on recently, last year you were in college, right? Taking a break from music, now you're back stronger than ever. How has the transition back into music influenced your life, your music, and everything in general?
Yeah, I think it was a really big theme of when I was writing the record. You know, I decided to leave music when I was 18 because I was living in LA at the time. I just released a body of work and was very unhappy and wasn't really feeling passionate about it anymore. And I really thought that I was going to be done and I was finished. And I went back to school, sort of, caught my breath, sort of caught myself a bit. And I made the conscious decision of coming back this time that I was only going to do things that I really wanted to do. I wasn't going to cut any corners anymore. And I was going to make an album that I would really want to listen to. And that's what we've done. So sort of one of the big themes of Portraits is really redemption, is kind of coming back and trying to make a name for myself. And I think that transcribes in the album as well.
Okay, talking about Portraits, it's finally out tomorrow, like you've already said. You've been adding snippets on your Portraits vlog to your fans, teasing them constantly with different songs off the album. What can your fans expect? What are you most excited about?
I think I'm just most excited about it. I've been living with this body of work for almost now a year. It's very strange, like when you make a record, it's almost like raising a kid. Like you really sort of see it at the embryonic phase, and then it starts to become born, and then it grows up, then you buy it like a pair of Nikes, and then like you take it to soccer practice, and before you know it, like tonight the kid's fucking off to college, so it's a big moment. And I think what I'm most excited for is just to see the fans interact with it and live with it in the same way that I have. And I mean, if I'm being honest with you, you mentioned it, I was in school last year. This time was probably prepping for exams and for tests, and so to be here with a record coming out, it feels very surreal. And I really honestly can't believe it. Yeah.
We're all excited to hear from more of Portraits, and finally it's coming out tonight at midnight. And going back to the album, for the last single, Shut Up, you released a music video directed by Bobby Hannaford, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. I love the concept of it all. Because I loved it so much, are you planning or already working on new music videos for some of the other songs off the album?
Yeah, we have a new music video for the next single called Yours, coming out a week after the Portraits release. And that's also directed by Bobby, and we'll have a few more down in the pipeline. But it's funny, I think I was very inspired by a lot of different film as I was making the record, and sort of a specific aesthetic that I was really watching a lot that I think is sort of, you can tell when you watch the videos. So yeah, I love making music videos, and I want to keep on making a few more for this record.
Yeah, that sounds really fun and exciting, and I bet your fans can't wait, and they're counting down the minutes for the today and midnight. Last question that I really was curious about, because this album is a body of 12 songs?
12 tracks.
Yes, 12 songs. And I would wanted to know, what was the hardest song to write and record, and which one was also the funnest and most challenging?
Yeah, there's a song called White Roses, which is about the breakup that I went through last year. And not to be melodramatic, because I know a lot of people are like, oh yeah, my heart was broken. But really, I had never been through that before. And man, it gutted me as an individual. I wasn't taking care of myself. And so months after, when I got better, I really sat in it and reflected and tried to get to the core of that pain and write about it. And I did it through that song. So it was very hard to write at the time. The most fun song to write is the last song called Lakeshore, which is actually a song that I wrote when I was 18 years old. And so I unearthed it for portraits and reproduced it. And so when we were in the studio making that, I felt very accomplished by it. Yeah.
All right, well, sounds fun. I can't say if I'm really nerve-wracking for you because it's really nervous, I bet, for you and for your fans. I've been with you throughout this journey. I know I've been a fan since Paparazzi. That cover was amazing, and I've been growing up with your music since then. So to see you grow as an individual and seeing how far you've gone from there, it's very to be idolized, and I really hope that your fans see your growth through this album. And I just wanted to ask if you have anything else to add before we end the interview.
I hope you like the album as much as I do now after that. Thank you so much. That's very sweet. No, I'm excited to be here, and thanks for the chance to talk to you today.
Alrighty. Thank you, guys. You heard it right here on Austin Underground. Listen for Portraits tonight. Thank you. Until next time.